Have I ever told you the story of the time? One of the few times I didn't get hired at the place I applied to, and also really didn't want to get hired after my interview. I applied at a arcade. It's not just an arcade. I don't know if you have Center Parks in your country, but it's like a vacation resort thing, right? You have a bunch of little houses you can rent for a few days, and then they have a big central swimming pool and then some facilities and stuff. One of those. And there's one that's near me, and they have an arcade. I already applied to like an actual arcade, and they said, okay, so we like you, but we don't need we have enough people right now, so I didn't get hired there. But they said we have a like sub company that does arcades at Center Parks, and since there's a Center Parks near you, is it cool if I give your information to this other Center Parks, this other arcade at the Center Parks, and you go on an interview there? I was like, yeah, sure. Arcade's an arcade. I wanted to work in an arcade. Sounds cool. So I show up there, right? In my normal, I put on a nice shirt, nice pants, showed up at an interview. I didn't think it would be a very high bar to get hired for an arcade at the Center Parks. Little did I know, I was very wrong. I showed up there, and this lady, it was like an older lady, like in her 60s, I think. Well, late 50s, I'd say. So not someone who you would expect to be running an arcade, I guess. But you know, if she wants to run an arcade, she can do that. And first thing, we sit down for the interview, right? I got a little tour of the arcade. We sit down for the interview in the break room. One of the first things she says to me, like she says hello and everything, she introduces herself. Then she says, first of all, basically what she said is that I don't look good. She basically called me ugly. Not really ugly, that's not the right word. But she was like, I don't like your hair, and this is not presentable. This is not presentable for us. This is not how we present our employees. I was like, wow, fuck you. What? You don't, like, first, we hadn't even discussed the job itself yet, right? This is out of the gate. Says that I do not have that is not the representation they want. This is an arcade where mostly kids on holiday, like 5-year-olds, show up. That is the place, right? A stinky, sticky arcade. You would not, like a dead end job, right? You don't want to end up there. That lady was not right. Don't say that. Yeah, she was just like, no, that's not how we want to present our employees. So I was like, okay, well, fuck you, first of all. But I was like, you know what, I need a job. I'll look past that. I'm just saying like, oh, I'll get a haircut or something. Like, I don't know what you want from me, I'll get a haircut. I think she was saying that long hair is not what they want, which, no, fair enough, I guess, if that's a rule. But she also had long hair, so I don't know. It's just for guys. Guys are not allowed to have long hair. Scare the kids away, pretty much. Then she looks at my resume, which I guess she hadn't done before for some reason, and she sees that at that time I had just stopped studying musicology, which is what I was doing that before, and then I quit. And to fill out the rest of the school year, I wanted to get a job. She looks at my resume and she's like, oh, you studied music? I was like, yeah, oh yes, I didn't finish it, but I studied music for 2 years. And she said, well, here we work hard. I don't know if you ever worked hard, but here we work hard. And I was like, excuse me, what? I didn't just, this wasn't like high school music lessons. This was a university, like one of the best universities of the country where I studied music. This wasn't just, I don't know what she was thinking. She was like, no, here we work hard though. You probably never, you're a musician. You probably never worked a day in your life. Which is not true. She had my resume in front of her, which clearly said that I've worked quite a few jobs. I've been working pretty much since I was 13 years old and allowed to work. So I was not a great vibe. Not a great vibe right off the bat. Then she goes on to tell me that she doesn't know if I'm aware that they work with real cash money. They have a cash register. And that if any money goes missing, she knows where to find me. She's just like, I think you will steal, you filthy long-haired musician guy. How dare you apply to this filthy arcade where kids only show up. You will steal from me. What the fuck? So I kind of walked out of there thinking, I don't want this job. And then they called me back and they were like, yeah, you're not getting this job. I was like, yeah, thank you, good. I don't want this job anymore. If you're gonna be my boss, I'm okay. Also, I've worked in stores before. Like, does she think that stores do not handle cash money anymore? She's like, well, everyone pays by card these days. Like, I've handled cash money a lot. I've worked in a store. What do you mean? So I was like, I came back home and I was like, is this normal? Is this how interviews go when you're like an adult? Because I've had like small jobs, like high school small jobs. Is this how they go? And everyone was like, no, what? You should file a complaint or something. What the hell? That is not normal. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Good to know, good to know. I didn't file a complaint, by the way. I kind of think maybe I should have. Real money, you know. Yeah, that's what jobs. I know. Well, not every job works with money, of course, but she was basically saying that she would expect me to steal from the register, and also that I was ugly. What the hell kind of job interview? Did she even work there? Was she just memeing? Maybe she didn't work there. Yeah, that was the weirdest job interview I had.